This is Kiara, and you are checking out the 3 Count podcast.
Welcome everybody to another great edition of the 3 Count podcast presents Now Entering the Ring. I'm your host, Clifford Red Dog Miller, the man that leads you up this mountain called wrestling. That's right, your Sherpa for today. But it's never about me. It's always about who's entering the ring. And today, you guys see him here. They are the men, the myth, the legends of the NYC. Not your average FM podcast. Give it up for the good brother Bove, D.O.E. Kenneth Stones, a.k.a. Kofi Wheatston, the boys of the Dirty Heelz podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yo, that
was
was
the
awesome.
intro, man.
That was
You got
fucking
me
awesome.
hype. I love the intro. I love it.
It's only one other dude that does our intro like that, and that's like Frank Jofo from Jofo on the Ring, man. You feel me? I was saying, you killed that, man. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Definitely.
Thank you.
So let's get this thing. First, let me say, thank you guys for coming on and just chopping it up with us.
Thank you for having us.
It's an honor. Definitely an honor.
Yeah, man. So we were talking a little bit before this podcast got started and just how things kind of form and stuff. And I'm just curious, man, who is the Dirty Heelz podcast? We got to know.
I got you, brother. We honestly two regular guys, man, that just got into this by accident. You know, it was just we got into podcasting by having slick mouths, man, and trying to get into places for free.
But we was going to events prior for 2 years, a year and a half prior to actually lying our way to becoming a podcast. You feel me? So then, the day we needed to get in somewhere, I didn't know what was going on. He told the dude what it was. We got in the next day. He's calling me yo, we're gonna review the event. I told the dude we a podcast, and I'm shit. Now we gotta create a whole Instagram and bada bing, bada boom. A year and a half later, here the fuck we go.
It's true. It's true. The night that we created this whole podcast, we went to a lucha event, and we really wanted to see Phoenix and Pentagon. So we didn't know, the whole flyer was in Spanish.
Yes, it was.
And the event was not too far from our house, walking distance. So the whole time we going, we had enough money, but we just us, man. We if we could find a slick way to get in, we all.
Mm-hmm.
So we had enough money, but it was $60 a person, and we kind of was we're not paying $60 a person.
And we don't understand pesos, so you already know we had to swindle out. Well, he had to swindle out way, Jim.
We stood outside for a while, and I kept telling him, I said, yo, we gonna get in, bro. I'm getting in. I'm gonna see Phoenix and Pentagon. So we stood outside, mind you, the whole event, every single person at the event. There's not one person at the event that is not Mexican.
We was the only black guys.
Other than us and the wrestlers.
That's awesome.
So a promoter comes out. Shout out to the biggest what's his name?
Vince Steele. Shout out to Vince Steele.
Shout out to Vince Steele. He comes out, and I talked to him. I used my little slick mouth. I tell him we was a podcast. We came to review the event. Mind you, we're not a podcast. We just two regular dudes at this time with T-shirts that say Dirty Heelz. So
we always had merch. We always had our own merch. You know what I'm saying? That's what set us aside from when we was going to events. We always had our own merch. So it was nothing until we already had a fan base, and when it happened, it happened.
So I talked to him, and then 5 minutes later, another promoter comes out. Ivan, he was actually a manager, not Irvin. Irvin
Diaz, Swerving Irvin.
He comes out, and we talked to him, and he was actually a manager of the first match. So he was like, yo, I'm gonna get you guys in before my match. And sure enough, we got in, we had a great event. It was a great event. We got to meet Vampiro,
Lucha Bros.
And
Yeah.
that event kind of pedestaled us because of that event, we knew so many other independent wrestlers from that night and from previous nights. So once we did I called him the next morning, was like, yo, bro, I told him we a podcast. Now he doesn't
know nothing about that.
About it. He just thinks we paid to get in. I didn't tell him anything. I called him the next morning. I said, yo, man, I told these guys that we a podcast, man, we gonna review the event. He's like, what? I said, yo, just create an Instagram.
Now, mind you, we in an event getting fucked up. Mad Motellos, we smoking mad blunt. I found out we a podcast the next day. I'm like, what the fuck? But it happened, and long before we had the Dirty Heelz. Now we was always calling ourselves the Dirty Heelz. I was Hill 1, he was Hill 2, or he was Hill 1, or I was Hill 2. We always been a Dirty Heelz. Shout out to Bobby Roode and Aries, but we always been like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like really nothing. Yeah.
And the thing I did say was that we went to so many events throughout the years that we had so much footage that we had never put up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that kind of catapulted us having so much footage and so many interviews from regular people, from us just going to events and talking to them. Yeah. And us doing that, it just kind of set us apart, man. That kind of catapulted us to where we are now. I thank Good Brother because he worked really hard on everything. Good Brother works really, really hard on Instagram and everything. So, big shout out to him, man,
Yeah, it's wild, man, because like I've been following you guys for a while and just kind of like growing like our podcast the same way, right? And the funny thing about like our podcast is it was crazy. So I'd been working for like another group of guys, right? And then like Chaz came to me and was like, hey, I want to do this debate show. And I was like, bet, we can do a debate show. So we started up the debate show, and then we evolved to this show, and this show's kind of evolved on its own. But it's just funny how like you're right, that one smart mouth that you have that all of a sudden like boom, everything just ignites, and you're just like, okay, bet. Like I guess this is how we're gonna go. It's so wild, like to think of like how one moment just catapults everything like to the
it was crazy because like after that moment, like a month and a half, we had equipment. We had got a full pass, got equipment, and now mind you, again, we sit at home, we talk about wrestling, feel me, we debate about this shit, So it was nothing like, get this machine and do what we do best. You know what I'm saying? So it was like it came at the right time. You feel me? Like we was already set before the pandemic. Like I ain't gonna lie, we got like 10 episodes in before the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? So that was a blessing. You feel me? It was definitely a blessing. Definitely a blessing, man. That one big moment from Gauchos, it just, here we are. Here we are, man. And we still got footage we never put up. Man. I can't find them, but we still got footage we never put up. Man.
It is a trip, like, and you talk about like different people who have like different journeys into like the podcasting world, especially in wrestling, because like Cole Cabana is back now doing like his old thing, and obviously you have Renee Paquette, you have all these different podcasts that are coming out, and then like myself and Chaz, like we're workers as well, so like not only are we like doing this podcast, but you can catch us on independence and on the indie scene, and you can come like chat with us if you want. Chaz will be a dick. Yeah. I will try to be nice, even though we have the roles.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Because to be honest with you, he's the nice guy. Coffee's the nice guy. I'm the one that actually don't give a fuck. He wants to do business. I actually just want to be a fan. Even though I do this much work, I still want to be a fan, man. But it's a chemistry we got together. It works out for both of us. Like we're friends on top of that. So it works out. Yeah. It works out. You feel me? That's one thing, you gotta have somebody that balance you out. You know what I'm saying? In any kind of line of work. You feel me? And he fits me and I fit him.
Right.
That is true. That is true.
That is true, man.
It is funny because like Chaz is definitely right. Like Chaz, like he does. We don't talk about this because his whole, and I'm gonna break kayfabe for all of this. Chaz's catchphrases. He don't run shit. He don't do shit. He just talks shit. Chaz does a lot of work behind the scenes.
I like that catchphrase. I might have to take that because I literally don't do shit. Really don't do anything. Good brother just posts me. I'm like, yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah,
we gonna know where you got it from. We could be like, yo.
It helps though. It does help. You know what I'm saying? Like he does help. Sometimes I beat him to the punch, but he helps a lot. You feel me? But when it's time to get on camera or when it's time to go on an event, this guy got my back. So I can't act for a better partner. As far as knowing wrestling, that nigga don't know shit. But he fits me, so it fits everybody, you know.
Bad.
You know.
All right, man. So I know you guys like to talk. You guys talk about a range of topics, like all through the game. Right? So I'm very curious, like, what's been like one of your guys' favorite topics to talk about in the podcasting side?
For me, I like when Good Brother picks the weird stuff. Like, I like weird stuff, like stuff that it has stuff to do with wrestling, but it could also branch off. Like, in a couple of weeks, we're going to talk about matches that were only used once in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, think something like that, or we did like wrestling belts, or we did. I don't know. I just like stuff out of the ordinary. I don't like to talk about Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Tuesday night. I don't want to stick on that subject. I don't want to. For me, more of it, I had to learn wrestling, so I became more of a historian type of person, where I had to, you know, really dig deep and look at stuff and learn the history of this stuff. So for me, I like more the historian stuff that we do from time to time. And, you know, that's what I like. You know, I don't know what Good Brother likes.
I'm gonna be honest with you. My favorite episodes is when people come to our show. When people come to our shows, or we get to interview certain people. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of people just want to come to our show just to see smoke and talk shit. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be my favorite all around. All the interviews that I'm not in one person. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? It's just being around different people, people coming to witness shit with us. So that's my favorite thing all around. It's the people that want to witness us in person. And we are that bad in person. We are that. I am.
Yeah.
That you know, my favorite thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funny because like one of my favorite topics to talk about, and I bring it up every once in a while, and actually the day that this comes out, I'm not kind of sure what current events are going to be coming out, but the day that we recorded it, NWA announced that they're going to have their all women's pay-per-view, and I'm such a massive mark for women's wrestling. Like, so hearing that and then seeing Mickie James is leading the charge on that, and knowing that ROH has this tournament going on right now, and you know Maria Kanellis is running that shit. I was like, bro, like, the landscape is just changing. And I'm like, I'm mark for it.
This guy's not a big fan of women wrestling. Kofi Weeks, he's not a big fan of women wrestling. He has his favorites. He's not a big fan. He's not a big fan.
If it wasn't for Good Brother consistently sitting me down on the regular when I come to his house, I wouldn't like women's wrestling. I would hate it. If it wasn't for him to like shoving it down my throat, you know, I wouldn't really like. Or and I can't even say that because Lucha Underground kind of got me into the females wrestling.
That's your star.
Yeah, so I don't mind it, but it has to be up pace for me. You know, it has to be, I don't know. It's just something about women's matches I can't watch. I don't know. I like them. I'm not saying I don't like them. I'm not saying I don't. But for me, just my opinion, some of them are tough to watch.
Well, no, and it's just like men's wrestling too. Like there's certain styles out there that you're just not gonna vibe with, and it makes sense. Like I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, like me and him, we have two different styles. I'm more of a lucha guy. He's more of a
technical submission. Yeah.
I'd rather be a lucha. He'd rather be like, you know.
You know how many times he done told me I can do that, man. I can do that. I can flip, man. I can flip. Like
I'm telling him I can do it. I can do it. Then I'm gonna hurt myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, get you in a ring, show it off.
Nah, we don't want that, man. We leave it to the professionals.
Everybody says you're too. Wait. How old are you?
Oh, I'm old.
What's old?
42.
I'm pushing it. Like that.
Nah, my son like 36, I think.
Yeah, I'm 36 this year, and I'm just getting into the business. So like, I can't. Yeah, I can't hear it, man. Like, I'm sorry. I start off at 30. Like, I'm turning 36 this year. I turned 30. I was 35 last year when I got in, and like, I have a video up on my TikTok. I have a video of me doing a 450 splash. So it's like,
shout out to the senior citizens. Man.
You're not too old.
Fire. That's fire. That's fire. I think that is.
I was like, yeah, I'm old, but trust me, like, as long as you put in the work and you're willing to like go for it, yeah. And you can't.
Yeah,
the one thing I've learned.
You're as old as you feel.
Yeah, exactly. And I told myself, I was like, I'm just gonna. I got up on the top rope. I was like, I'm not even gonna think about this, and I just went for it.
Nah, man, he can't do that, bro. He can't.
I can, man. I used to do it all the time when I was young.
Used to, brother. Used to, man.
It's muscle memory. It's muscle memory. It'll come back.
That's it.
This is the only muscle. This is his only muscle right here. The weed. That's the only muscle.
That
man.
is true.
All right, that's the only fucking muscle, man. I'm gonna bash him. I'm gonna bash the shit out of him. Fuck.
All right, so here's like a question. I'm curious to hear both of you guys' answers. What's like one of the hardest things that you guys have had to agree on?
I don't think we have.
I don't think we have that problem.
Yeah.
I think it'd be like I ask him a question, and he'll give me his answer. Then it'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. Like I don't know. I don't argue with.
We don't try to disagree on anything. If he says fuck a person, I'll say fuck that person too. It's a Me Too situation here. If I be like no, it'd be like nah, all right, fuck it. If I be like if he says fuck it or yes, then it's the same thing with me. We're easy to get along with each other. We try our best because we're friends before anything.
Right.
So before this business, before anything, that's my best friend. So we do our best 100 not to mess that up. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people come into this not knowing people or not really too close to people. This is my best friend. Fucking lived next door to him for a long, long time. So we just try to work around everything. And man, if it's not possible for us to do it, then it's fuck it. But if it is, cool. We agree with it. It doesn't bother us. As long as it doesn't mess up anything too much, it's fine with us, man.
Yeah. And again, we like doing this. We like having fun. This is something that we both can agree on. Like whether big or small, like even when it's down to money like issues, and we don't have no financial issues, it'd be like, we like I don't know. I don't think I'll never have a problem with him when it comes down to this shit. It's something that we want to do. Feel me? Like if we didn't want to do this, he could have told me. Feel me? If I didn't want to do this, I could have told him. But this is something we kind of solid agree on as friends. You got to agree on something to get through something. So yeah, man.
That's always the best. That's always the one thing. And you hit on it yourself, Kofi. Is it's like your friends first, and then the ball moves so much easier when you're like a cohesive unit versus like, because it's funny because Chaz will have these ideas and I'll have ideas, and it's somehow like we just collide them into each other, and we're like, there it is. That's our new idea. So like.
Usually my ideas are never good. I'm just gonna throw it out. I don't have the worst ideas. All of my episodes, I think I've came up maybe 2 episodes, 3 episodes.
They were very good episodes. They were very good. I can't lie.
But it's so hard for me to come up with something that's outdoing him. And when I do come up with something, he's usually already come up with it. Always thinking ahead of me, especially when it comes to wrestling. I know wrestling, but not as much as him. So he's always 10 steps ahead of me. I'll come with like, yo, we should do this for an episode this week. And he'll have 3 episodes
Like I got 3 episodes in his inbox right now. Like I got 3 episodes in his inbox right now. Like right now, I got 3 episodes.
Like, all right, well, fuck it, send it to me. I'll figure it out from there. And then I'll do my little homework and I'll pick an episode and I'll be like, all right, we're gonna do it on this. And he's usually like, all right, cool. Well, I already know that stuff, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's wild too, because like this is like, it's funny how you guys are talking about like how in sync you guys are and how like things hit you. Like I'll think about, like I'll be like, man, I gotta call Chaz, and then my phone will ring, and like there he is. Or like on the other side, I'll be like, he'll legit will have his phone in his hand, get ready to like hit my name, and his phone will ring. And he's just, we always talk like that. We're always just like, we're like, it's weird to be that in sync with somebody that you're just like, man, I gotta hit you up really quick. Hey, I got this idea. Me too. You're like, all right, bet, let's go.
Oh, I don't call him. I do not call him. He calls me. I do not call this mother. He calls me, man.
I call him at least 9 times a day. Maybe more. It depends on the day. Because I call him before I go to work, when I wake up. Like soon as I wake up in the morning, I call him.
I don't have a life fucking with him.
I'm working to work. I call him. My lunch break, I call him. I get off of work. Walking home, I'll call him. As soon as I get home, I'll call him. If wrestling comes on, I'll call him. Like I call him all day.
It's funny because like it's like that too. Like once you get in that routine and you know the routine, you're like, all right, I know where everybody's gonna be at, so I'm gonna call exactly at these times, and I'm pretty sure I'll get a hold of them. Like 9 times out of 10. Yeah. Like I can wait. And this is totally for anybody who's out there, but like 9:15 will come around in the morning, and I know where Chaz is. He's usually somewhere getting coffee, and then I'll wait till 9:17. I'll wait to call, and he's like, "Dude, I just got back in the car." I know.
I don't even turn off my phone off for silent before he's calling me, man. I don't turn off my phphone off silent. Like,
listen, if he doesn't answer, I'll call back. If he doesn't answer, I'll keep calling back.
Nice.
90% of the time, I don't want anything, but. I don't want it. I never want anything. I just want to be like, hey, what's up, bro? What you doing?
Oh man, that's awesome.
Just to get on his nerve.
It's funny too, because like I was saying, like I was on another show. It was this place called Franken Culture. They had a show called Frankensteiner, right? So it's Franken Culture presents Frankensteiner, and I brought Chaz on as a guest just to talk about wrestling, and like that's what spurred us. He wanted to create this show. And then he asked me if I wanted to join him, and I left the other show and just came over. Like,
that's chemistry. That's chemistry. You know.
Yeah, we're like, dude, it's so real. It's so real. Sometimes where I don't want to be on something, I send him somewhere, or like we're both represented. You know what I'm saying? Now it's really that we're on the same podcast. You feel me? We're doing other shit. I'm doing interviews. He's doing a podcast. He doesn't do interviews. He does podcasts. So it kind of works out, man. You feel me? It's rare nowadays. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is probably like the 40th podcast we've been on. You feel me? The 40th podcast. And nowadays it's rare that we're on the same podcast together. Man. It's definitely rare. But it's getting the job done for both of us. And it's networking for both of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's like the most important part too. Is like, like how you said, right? Like you'll go one way, you go another, but y'all like you just keep spreading the brand out there, like regardless.
They want both of us. Though. They do want both of us. I'm telling you, sometimes
they always ask for the both, but sometimes it's not possible. It's not possible.
It's been sometimes I'm like, fuck it, I don't want to do this shit. I'm like, yo, you got this?
Like, I got you, bro. It's no problem. I don't mind doing podcast interviews. I don't want to do. I don't want to interview anybody.
Oh man, I feel like once people start asking me, like I'm gonna have to like really like look at my schedule and like coordinate everything, because some people have like a 9 to 5 and they're always working, and like and full transparency to anybody who watches this show, I usually record at 7 p.m. Eastern time to let people kind of get home, like you get home, get some stuff to eat some dinner, make yourself feel good. It's right before like any big wrestling show comes on. So it's like, you can just kind of just like wind down and have some fun and talk. But then like, there have been exceptions where I interviewed Kiara out of the UK, and I recorded at 2:00 in the afternoon my time because I was like, it's 7:00 her time. Yo, I'm like, I'm not gonna ask you to be on at 1 a.m. while you're sitting down a Red Bull. We should do an interview with me.
Yeah.
We've been through that with the UK guys and the
UK guys, Indian dudes, like, yo, just people time zone suck. The people time zone sucks. But yo, in this line of business, that's what you gotta do. You gotta make time for other people.
Yeah.
You feel me? You know? Yeah, definitely. Where are you located at?
So actually, this whole podcast is filmed out of Baltimore.
Oh wow.
Okay. I used to stay in Baltimore, Park Heights, man.
Hey, yeah, I'm about 20 minutes. I'm about 20 minutes west of Baltimore. But if I tell people like, yo, I'm from Columbia, everybody's like, where's that? I'm like, it's 20 minutes away from Baltimore.
I'm like, you in Columbia? Pablo Escobar now? Like,
Washington? I'm like, Washington?
You Washington?
All right. So a question I really want to ask, man, is like, I gotta get both of you guys' answers. What's been one of your favorite bumps to see?
Wow, it's been so many.
What?
It's been so many.
Again? What was the question again?
Favorite bump?
The Nia Jax shit, that's my favorite. that Nia Jax shit. Oh, my hole. That's my shit right there.
I'm gonna say,
but you got mine.
I'm gonna say Kalisto TLC match.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
He did the Del Sol
off the ladder.
Off the ladder to the Uso brother.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say that's probably my favorite bump, just because the way it happened. It was off the top of the ladder, and it was fire to me. Actually jumped up, and that's the one I can really remember. I can remember a lot of bumps. That's the one that stands out the most to me.
Yeah, you saying that, man, just brings back like the emotions of like watching Kalisa go backwards. I was like, oh,
they dropped the ball on Kalisto, man. They dropped the ball on him, man. He could have been Lil Ray right, man. Little 619. They dropped the ball on his ass.
Would it be 619 or would it be like 304? Because he's like half the size of Rey Mysterio.
Right. Fucking right.
Yeah, it's interesting too, like seeing like Kalisto, like God, he was such a talent, and he still is. Like, I'm not gonna put it out there, and that dude is very much. Hey, I've been watching his Instagrams. That dude is still very cut. Like, he's very, very cut. But
they don't treat the luchas right, man. They do not treat the luchas right. These guys are international superstars, and once they get signed to a major corporation, it's like, yo, dog, we're gonna put on a mask. Lucha. It's rare that they give luchas a fair chance in on mainstream wrestling. You feel me? It's rare.
Yeah,
I definitely do.
I was gonna say it kind of feels like to be fair, when it was like WCW, it was about the talent, right? But I feel like once it went to WWE and Rey Mysterio was moving merchandise with all of his masks. Like, that's all WWE saw was, we can move masks.
Yeah.
Let's bring in these guys who have like these cool masks. We'll trademark them and then we'll sell them. And like, that's what you.
I mean, but let's be real. Would you rather a Kalisto mask or a Rey Mysterio mask?
I mean, okay. Rey Mysterio is my favorite wrestler of all time.
Okay.
But Kalisto's mask is still pretty cool.
You gotta have a sign by Kalisto to be that more cooler. You know what I mean?
I have a couple of lucha masks, man. I'm not gonna lie. So I know.
Yeah.
I mean, those little horns. I mean, anytime he wears the blue ones, right? Like the blue mask with the horns in the back, I instantly think of Sonic. So I'm like, how come?
Yeah. That's fire. That's fire. Like a cross between Ultimo Dragon and Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
I love Ultimo Dragon.
Yeah.
That's another dude with a great mask. Ultimo Dragon.
Yeah.
And Phoenix too. Phoenix and Penta both have great masks.
Penta shit. Penta just don't know. He don't know how to act.
I love Penta's mask, man.
Yeah, he don't know how to act. I ain't gonna lie. He does not know how to act when it comes down to mask.
He got so many.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. He got too many.
Yeah.
I think it was Ray. Ray's like, I have a Gucci mask and a Prada mask. I'm like, why? Why is that a thing?
Why not? He got a Louis mask. He got a suede mask.
Yeah. Silk.
Like, silk. Why not?
Yeah. Fuck it, you got the money. If I'm not mistaken, he probably got like over 500 masks that he haven't worn. You know what I'm saying? That's
wow. I know I have a mask. I have one of his masks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have a blue Demon mask. Yeah, I have a blue Demon mask, but that's about it.
I'm trying to think of like, I mean, if the only mask that I want from Rey Mysterio is actually the one from the Phantasm, like Mask of the Phantom. Like that's the only one.
You know what's crazy is I've actually looked it up. He wouldn't sell that one or the Flash one, he said.
I like the Flash one too.
I love those two because I was actually trying to auction and get one. That's how I got my Rey Mysterio mask, an auction.
Nice.
But I was trying. I wouldn't mind one of those, but he will not sell them. Even you know what's crazy is even those action figures are over $80.
Yeah, I found a twin pack one with him. I think it was him and Eddie, like wearing a twin pack, and I was like, I need this mask. I need this costume. Like, and then I saw another one of my friends, Willie Finesse. I'll drop his name on here. He's got Seth Rollins' action figure where he's in the suit that Rey Mysterio wore.
Wow, that's fire.
I was like, how did you get that?
How did you get that? Yeah, that's fire.
You know, what's crazy is this morning I was looking for action figures to buy, and I ran across a R-Truth, but it was K Quick. Impact Wrestling.
That's when he was NWA champion.
And he had the belt and everything inside the pack.
Oh,
I like
what $50 for it. I might buy it tomorrow. I was like, 50 is it's tough. 50 tough for me.
Like, get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna wind up getting it.
Yeah, I want to work on getting more belts and stuff like that. I want to work on getting more title belts because I got the NWA belt. I want to get a couple more belts. That's what I want to work on. Fuck action figures and masks and shit like that. I want to work on getting more titles and stuff. That's my thing.
I gotta get me personally, man, I'm working on like new t-shirt designs, so I'm always like trying to crank out something for someone else to come by. So that's what I'm about. Like I have this one right here, I have that one right there, and I have a new design that's getting ready to drop. So I'm always trying to I'm trying to be that person too. I'm like, you know what, I don't want to own, like I own the only action figure I own, just to be full transparent to everybody out there, I have a Gambit action figure. That's the only action figure I'll own. And it was actually given to me by my best friend.
I'll send you an action figure. How about that? I got too many.
I'll show you. I'll show you.
Okay.
I have boxes of action figures. Like when I mean boxes, I have a storage full of action figures and comics right now.
Damn.
You know, that's the main reason. Look, I have two sitting right here. Look, right here. I have two action figures sitting here, and I have a whole wrestling ring sitting right here.
Yeah, the only reason I started collecting toys is because he told me I'd be even cooler. He's like, if I collect toys, I'd be cool, but I don't really give two shits about the toys. And I got a nice little few over here.
I accidentally went on eBay and bought something by accident. It was like 50 toys for like $10, some shit, action figures. And I did it by accident. I didn't really mean to do it. But then when they came, I was like, yo, well, let's just go through them and we'll take half. You take half and I'll take half. Fuck it. You know? Yeah.
I couldn't be cool if I didn't have toys. Give two shits about toys, but if I didn't have toys, I couldn't be cool. I just want a podcast. I give two shits.
Well, let me ask you a question, man. Speaking about podcasts and stuff, let me know, like, what advice would you give to up and coming people who want to get into the podcasting world?
My main advice would be don't think no is a bad thing. No is not a bad thing. Sometimes people say no, don't get discouraged. Keep moving until you get your work up, your weight up, and then people eventually will say yes. Another thing I would say, tell people, don't be afraid to jump in people's inboxes, man. Just do it. Like,
Yeah.
You can't get is a yes or a no. And those aren't bad answers. You know, that's my main thing, man. Jump in everybody's inbox. Don't be afraid to meet new people. This podcast is about meeting new people. It's about networking. No, we didn't, believe it or not, we didn't know anybody that podcast. We still don't know anybody personally within our vicinity that podcast. You know what I'm saying? Still don't, you know, but we met so many people online and so many friends in different states and all that podcast. So, you know, it's always a thing, man. You know, that's why I tell people every time somebody does ask us for advice, I tell them, yo, just jump in people's inboxes, man. Don't people block you. Fuck it. It's a fucking million other people online, man. Yeah. That's it, man.
I'm gonna tell you, just be yourself, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man, because we curse, we smoke, but you know, just be yourself and also know what you're doing, know what you're talking about. You know, and if you don't know what you're talking about, man, that's gonna. Why are you talking? Why are you doing this? Be yourself and know what you're talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, you're gonna fuck up a few times, man. But if you just, you know, make that initiative and stuff like that, because again, we ain't the best. We're still working. We're still fucking working. But you know what sets us aside? We are ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So be yourself, man. I guarantee you, somebody's gonna hear you, man. Somebody's gonna take notice to you, man. You know?
Yeah, I definitely like it. I love the inbox advice too, man, because like I feel like I'm in everybody's DMs, and at some point, like I'm just and I hope people will understand when I say this, right? Like, I don't like getting in women's inboxes, and here's why. Think about how many people are in a woman's inbox like, hey, I have this podcast. You come be on my podcast? I'm like, yo, it's so weird. So like, I have to have like a bunch of my female friends, like I'll reach out to them and be like, hey, like, can you just let them know, like, I'm going to be dropping in their inbox and just ask them to be on the podcast? Because I don't want to be that random dude who just like,
podcast. It's easy. It's easy, man. It's easy. Just, yo, what's good, shorty? I like your work. I like doing. I would love to schedule an interview. Just, yo, be yourself. How you doing? Yo, just, you know, that's how we do it. You feel me? Yo,
yo. I'll be real. Like we've had tons of great guests. We've had tons of great guests, right? Ariella Nix has been on the show. Lane Rosario has been on. Gabby Ortiz, Adina Steele. We've had names and names come through and been on the show. So yes, I can be like, hey, yeah, like, but it's that initial thought, and for fans out there or people who want to start a podcast, it's great. Yes, it will feel weird jumping in, just asking someone, but you gotta hit the enter button.
You know, it's crazy. We realized that in the beginning, because we was like, how we gonna get followers? But we just was like, yo, jump in people's inbox and tell them to follow us.
Yeah.
Tell them to subscribe. And that's what
we got females. We got a lot of, believe it or not, yo, we have females that watch us. You feel me? We got females that follow us and all that shit, man. So don't be afraid, man. Don't be afraid, man. Do not be afraid. You gotta remember, it's a job. We're doing something. It's a job, man.
Yeah.
It's a job. That's what I always remember. You feel me? Look, I call Amy Crimson. I call her shorty. Yo, what's good, Ma? How you doing? You got time for me? Promise Braxton, Nevaeh Chantel, Vanity. Yo, what's good, shorty? You got time for us? Yo, that's that. You feel me? You know? Like,
yo, you brought her name up. So the day that we're recording this, actually, Vanity's interview actually came out today on Now Entering. Oh yeah, Vanity, she's a trip, man. Like, I love having her on the show.
We've been around her a couple of times. we've been around her a couple of times, man, and we got nothing but love for her. I ain't gonna lie, we seen her wrestle. She just chilled with us. She done some Henny with us and all that shit. So, yo, she's awesome, man. So, yo, do your thing, man.
Definitely.
All right, so
We're
gonna move this over to the best segment of the 3 Count Podcast, and that is the 3 Count Podcast 10 Count questions. Dirty Heelz, this is how it's gonna work. I'm gonna fire off 10 questions. I expect to have 2 answers, one from each of you. And for added pressure, we're gonna put on an imaginary timer. Are y'all ready to play the game?
Let's go.
Let's put it on. Bing! And here we go. SmackDown or Raw?
SmackDown.
SmackDown.
Favorite movie?
the 5 heart.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy.
What was your favorite movie, DOE?
The 5 heartbeats.
Okay. Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Favorite cartoon?
The Boondocks.
Yes.
The Boondocks.
I don't know. I'm gonna say Family Guy.
Okay. Lord of the Rings or The Matrix?
Matrix.
What about Harry Potter, man? I'll go with the Lord of the Rings. What was Harry Potter on that list?
Man, Harry Potter, man. Look, you could go Patronus somewhere else. I might talk about that here.
Yeah, I'm cool with the movies, but I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I look at Harry letting you cash these Patronus, bro.
Yo,
All right. Run around with a deer for a Patronus. Whatever, man. Favorite color?
Say what?
Favorite color?
Blue.
I'm gonna be honest with you, red.
All right.
Check tripping, cuz.
Yo, that's because I look good in red. I look good in red.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
You got night owls?
I'm both.
I got creeping hours, so I'm a night.
All right.
I would say I'm both. It depends, but I'm definitely a early worm.
But
Okay.
I'm up in the morning. I won't go out until later on at night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
All right. Because it is called the Dirty Heelz Podcast, I gotta know. Favorite heel?
Oh shit!
You say Randy Orton?
I've never been.
I'm gonna go Randy Orton.
Okay.
We've had this question before, mad times, bro, but it always changes. Our heroes always change.
I'm skipping. Can I pass on that? I feel like I've never been asked that question before, man. I feel like I've never been asked that question before. I don't know.
It's so many good heels, though, man. I'm gonna say I'm gonna give MJF for right now, but I'm gonna say Randy Orton of all time.
Okay.
Rick Rude. I'm going Rick Rude. I'm going Ravishing Rick Rude. Man.
I like that too. All right. Nominate one person that you want to see on this podcast.
Frank.
As far as indies or main?
Why not both?
For indies, I want you to have our hardcore hill champion, Blaze Haram. Feel me? Blaze Haram. If you can get anybody, Blaze Haram. All right, that's the guy right there. All right, Allah's favorite.
I like to see Frank Rosa. That's his name, right?
Who? Rose.
Suntan Superman.
Fred Rosser, nigga.
Yeah, Darren Young. I ain't want to call him Darren Young.
Oh yeah, definitely gonna have to go out and get both those guys.
Yeah.
All right.
We coined that name, and if you get him, Fred Rose, I hope you're hearing this. That's Superman.
That's how
was, bro.
Man.
All right. And then my last question,
Yo,
my favorite question to ask every single person that comes on this podcast. Favorite curse word?
Oh man, fucking cunt.
Yeah. Fuck.
It's like there's any other
How you
word?
say it? That's the best one. You can use it in so many ways, so many different ways. So like if you hurt your foot, fuck. If you're having a good day, you know what I'm saying? Like in so many ways you can use fuck, man.
Yeah.
I love the word fuck. I love the curse, first off. I am Sir Curse a lot.
Yeah. Piece of shit. Piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, piece of shit. I just love the curse.
That. But that is all my questions. So the last thing I need, gentlemen, is to let our viewers and our listeners know where they can find y'all.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Let's see you fuck it up.
And this your boy Kendall Stones. We spend one half of the D-O-E. Wednesday on YouTube. We drop an episode probably every morning, every Wednesday morning on YouTube. You can catch us, or you can catch us on IG at Dirty Heelz _132. Dirty Heelz. We also on ProWrestlingTees.com /Dirty Heelz gear.
Yo, you are so terrible at doing that, bro. You're so terrible, man.
I am. I'm
it's terrible,
man.
Excuse me. This how you really do it, please. We're available on Spotify, we're on Apple Music, we're on Pro Wrestling Tees, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube. #Dirty Heelz, man. That's how you do it, brother. It's that easy. It is that. Look you.
That's why you a dog, bro.
Why you always fuck it up, man? We do this every day, man. Hey.
No, my memory ain't as good as yours.
It's just shit.
Well, there you guys have it. You guys know where to catch them. You catch them on YouTube, IG, like I said, at Dirty Heelz. So, with that being said, this is it. This is the finale. We are at the peak, the summit of this mountain called wrestling. And you know what it is? It's the 3 Count Podcast presents Now Entering the Ring with your Sherpa, the Red Dog, Clifford Miller. But it's never about me. It's about who's entering the ring. And today, you see him here, Kofi Kingston and the D-O-E, Dirty Heelz Podcast. And you guys know what. Check us out. Tune into the next episode and be there, or you just wait till the end of this episode. The outro plays, and then the next episode is going to play. That's ours. Peace.
That was fire.
What's going on, 3 Count Nation? I'm Clifford Red Dog Miller with the catchphrase. But what I really want to do right now, go to twitter.com, right? Go over there, find us at the 3 Count _pod. Give us a follow, give us a like, give us a comment. We want to talk to you guys. Go to IG at the 3 Count Pod. Give us a like, give us a follow, leave us a comment. We want to interact with you. Go to youtube.com, give subscribe, turn the bell on, turn the notifications, leave a comment. We want to talk to you. Go to anchor.fm /the 3 Count Podcast, and in there, you can leave us a message, and we will talk to you. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is that we want to talk to you. We want to have fun with you guys, and we love listening to what you guys have to say. Also, one thing I need you to do for me, the 3 Count Podcast also has merchandise. At ProWrestlingTees.com /the 3 Count Pod. Please go buy our t-shirts. We love you guys, and we hope you love us too. So, show us some support, please.